If you don't like Van Halen, well, you gotta watch Talladega Nights to see how the ending of that saying goes. But today we're gonna do part one, top three songs from each studio album from the amazing band of Van Halen. So self-titled came out in 1978. That was the year I was born. David Lee Roth on vocals, Michael Anthony on bass, backing vocals, and then you have the Van Halen brothers, Alex on drums, and Eddie. I mean, the best ever. The best ever guitar player, riff writer, songwriter. I mean, the stuff that he comes up with on this catalog is absolutely amazing. So this first album, wow, top notch. It feels like a masterpiece. I didn't zoom in to Van Halen here, right? I was a baby. Four is actually the record that I would say brought me in. I had heard Running with the Devil and You Really Got Me and songs like that. But it was Jump in 1984 when I started. Van Halen was coming across my radar, and so then you go back and buy these other albums, and maybe my older brother had them. I can't remember, but I know I started buying them on cassette, then on CD player, and now I've purchased them the digital copies on iTunes. But yeah, this one, I mean, kind of tough to what songs are you going to pick? I've tried to not pick covers. That doesn't happen in some of the later albums. So You Really Got Me is not going to be a song I take. I'm going to take Running with the Devil. I do like that chugging bass and that build. Classic song, was in their concert set list for a long, long time. I think still if they were able to tour, unfortunately with Eddie's passing, that would be a song in their set list for sure. But we'll go Running with the Devil, Ain't Talking About Love. That's another awesome song. And then, the next song, I think because my son really likes it, it pushed it up for me. Although I do like Ice Cream Man. That's cool. It's totally different. Little Dreamer's fun. But Jamie's Crying. My son digs that one. I heard him singing it. And, so it's kind of like I already liked that song, but it put it another special place in my heart. So we're going to go Jamie's Crying, Ain't Talking About Love. It's a nice little groove on that one. Kind of this edgy rock vibe, and then Running with the Devil. But you can't go wrong with this album. If you haven't heard it, where have you been? Go buy the self-titled Van Halen. Next in their catalog is Van Halen II. So yeah, this was tough. I didn't want to pick a cover, but I liked that song from the beginning. Is You're No Good. I like the way it opens up. Debated about Light Up the Sky, Bottoms Up, Somebody Get Me a Doctor. There's cool songs on this one too. For me, it's not as good as the self-titled, but the more I listen to this one, the more I like it. And so definitely going to go with the radio single, Dance the Night Away. It's just catchy. It's poppy. When I was a kid, that was a song that grabbed me from this album. And so I throw it in my Van Halen mixes. I'm going to go there. And then as much as I try to have these other songs win me over, I'm going to go You're No Good. Like how it opens. It's catchy. I know it's a cover, but they do a great job with that one. And then Beautiful Girls, how they close out this album. I like that one. I like the guitar work. I like the harmonies, the singing. The band's always tight. Alex, Eddie, Michael, they're always tight in what they do. So Van Halen 2, we're going Beautiful Girls, Dance the Night Away, and You're No Good. But this is another album that should be in your library. They just top-notch band. Next record for them, Women and Children First. And so this one, I think, said 1984, and I had Van Halen 1. I love those records so much. So many good songs in there. I didn't play a lot of these songs when I was younger. I played And the Cradle Will Rock, and I kind of left it at there. And so over the years, just spent much more time listening to this album. And the Cradle Will Rock stayed in my repertoire. Love that song. Never gonna skip it. But then I had this debate: is it gonna be Everybody Wants Some? Are we gonna go Romeo Delight? Could this be Magic? It's slower, but I like the guitar work in there. I like the guitar work. Eddie Van Halen. What a silly thing to say. But yeah, I'm gonna go Take Your Whiskey Home. I think that's a cool one. You get David Lee Roth, more of this groovy. I don't want to say westerny. That's not the way it is, but I like the acoustic and then just the vibe of it. kind of like I got a little attitude, and I think Roth always has an attitude. And then thirdly, I landed on Romeo's Delight. So more of an energetic song. I like the twists and turns of it. But for this record and the Cradle Will Rock, Romeo Delight and Take Your Whiskey Home. That's Woman and Children First, released in 1980. Let's do one more album here. This is their fourth studio record. Fair Warning comes out a year later. Um, so right out of the gate, the song that I loved was Unchained. I probably didn't, again, like the previous record, I didn't spend a lot of time listening to this one, but over time, and then I'll say with Sammy Hagar doing the recent tour was Joe Satriani on guitar, watching him play Mean Street and describing how complicated that guitar lick is on the Howard Stern show. It gave me just an additional appreciation for Mean Street. Really like that song. Dirty Movies is cool. I really like Hear About It Later. That's one going on the playlist. And I kind of was disappointed in myself that that song didn't grab me back in the day when I had this one. I just, for whatever reason, the songs didn't get me, but I like Unchained a lot. I may like Unchained. Definitely like it better than And Women and Children First, and I may like this one better than Van Halen 2. Probably need to do like a side-by-side comparison, but we're going Unchained, obviously. Great groove, set list song, absolutely. You could work out to this song, and then we're going to go hear about it later. It's got a little funk to it, little funk. David Lee Roth can do his little vocal stylings, and then Mean Street, that opening lick from Eddie, and then how it transitions into the song. I really like that one. So Mean Street, hear about later, Unchained. That's going to wrap up part one of our top 3 studio songs from the amazing band Van Halen. All right, y'all, take care.